What if your rival suddenly became unbeatable? To the point where you can't even reach him anymore? Will you be scared and run away from him? Or will you abandon those fears and face him head on? You can take your time in answering that question. But for me, I chose the harder one. This is Cobblemon Rivals, Episode 3. Our story begins in the main menu. There were a bunch of things needed to be done, so I had to list them all down. First things first, I'd like to keep catching more Pokemons for the Cobble Decks. With the pace that we're currently going, I'm sure this will be finished in no time. Maybe. Second is to prepare the Pokemons that could beat Vishy, Josh, and the gym leader. I already have 3 specific Pokemons that I wanted, but these Pokemons are rare, so it'll take a lot of time getting those. And lastly, acquire the Thunder Badge from Lieutenant Surge. As I logged back into the server, Josh welcomed me with an open fist.
Hello? The fuck that do?
It honestly confused me, but then I remembered, Josh has ADHD. I then encountered a Spewpun near my farm. I didn't have it in my Cobble Decks, so I immediately tried catching it. After a few tries, eventually it got caught. With the EXP that Ivysaur got, it was finally able to evolve. I honestly thought that it evolves at level 36, but I'm not gonna complain. After evolving it, I then insulted its looks.
Why is it ugly?
I continued the day by catching a Comfey, I got it, and a Buffalent. But then I noticed a new structure in spawn. I went towards it and found out that it was Josh's new house.
Why are there 3 beds?
For all 3 of us.
Oh no. Oh no.
I continued my catching spree by catching more Pokemons around the base.
Nice.
I knew I had to mentally prepare myself for the upcoming hunt, and honestly, this was pretty relaxing. The next day, I gathered up some apricorns for Pokeballs. Didn't know how much I needed, so I just collected as much as I could get. I then ventured around spawn and spotted an Eevee. Currently, there are 8 evolutions in the game. This means that I still needed way more Eevees to get all of them. Right after getting the Eevee, I noticed that I still didn't have all the items needed to craft the Pokeballs. So, I decided to dedicate the entire day to mining. I went down the cave, found some coal, iron, and diamonds. These were nice and all, but I really wanted to focus on getting gold because I wanted to craft Ultra Balls and Quick Balls. You probably know that Ultra Balls increases the catch rate by 20%, but a Quick Ball increases it by 40%. While I was inside the cave, I continued to gather more gold and diamond, but after a few minutes of mining, I spotted an abandoned mineshaft. I kept exploring it until I found a chest.
Ooh.
I placed the item in my backpack and continued exploring. As I ventured down the mineshaft even further, I once again spotted another chest.
Regieleki. Oh shit.
That loot really made me happy because Regieleki is one of my all-time favorite Pokemons. But my happiness would soon change to disappointment. I went inside this Megastone Geode, hoping that this time I could get a Megastone. And like last time, I got some Evolution Stones. But sadly, there were no Megastones. I continued on exploring the cave. While exploring, I found another chest nearby. I opened it and got a new item.
Scroll teaches secret of water used by Urshifu. Okay.
Since this was for a Pokemon called Urshifu, I knew that I didn't need it just yet. I kept it inside my bag and continued gathering more gold. On day 39, I finally got out of the mine. I smelted all the ores that I got, and while I was waiting for everything to smelt, Josh kept getting a bunch of achievements. So, as a cool and collected guy like myself, I reacted nonchalantly.
What is that? What is that? What's that?
I crafted some Quick Balls to end of the day. Alright, maybe some is an understatement. Day 40 began, and I really wanted to see if the Quick Balls that I crafted were actually good. So, I started using them on the Pokemons that spawn, and let's just say that they didn't disappoint. Except when I was catching this fucking the day continued with me catching more Pokemons around the world. While I'm catching these Pokemons, this is the perfect time to ask you guys to please subscribe. These videos take a very long time to make, and I'm a failing college student. Please subscribe. Thank you. I then went to a swamp near spawn. While I was there, I caught some new Pokemons. But suddenly, I spotted something rare in my minimap.
Oh, Gumi.
Gumi is a pseudo-legendary Pokemon introduced in Pokemon X and Y. I wanted to catch it since it was such a rare spawn, but I knew it wasn't going to be easy. I began the battle. I immediately used a Quick Ball. It shaked once, then twice, then 3 times, then it got caught. How the fuck? After a few minutes of catching different Pokemons, I started to get bored, so I tried to do a hunt before the day ended.
Method? What the f? fuck you want me to do with that?
I tried doing the Fermantis hunt, since that's the only hunt that was actually possible to accomplish, is what I thought. Apparently it wasn't just the Pokemon that had to be the same, the gender and the nature also needed to be specific. I caught one and immediately tried submitting it to get my reward. But since it didn't work, I instead got sidetracked and fought a Pokemaniac. No shade, but this guy looks like he got bullied in school.
Why would you say?
I kept trying to finish the hunt, but I was unsuccessful. I gave up and went to a village nearby. There wasn't really anything inside the village, so I quickly left to catch even more Pokemons. After a while, I was able to spot a Talonflame, the third evolution of Fletchling. While I did want a Talonflame, I ended up not even trying to get that one. The reason is quite simple. Since I already have a Fletchling in my PC, I decided to just evolve that instead of wasting Quick Balls on a new Talonflame. The day continued with me catching more, and more, and more,
Bang.
and more Pokemons.
Yeah. Thank goodness you've been caught.
Honestly, I was going a tad bit insane from all these catching sounds. Yeah. I was definitely going insane. As I was looking for more Pokemons to capture, I spotted one of my least favorite Pokemons in the entire franchise.
It's so weird. This Pokemon is so weird. I hate that Pokemon so much.
If you want to know why, don't. Day 43 began with me trading with Josh to finally evolve both of our hunters. And just like that, I successfully got a Gengar. I quickly placed it in my PC since I didn't need it yet. Next time, Gengar. Next time. Since Josh was already nearby, we decided to explore together. It was a win-win situation since Josh wanted to catch more Pokemons and I was in need of human interactions. We went to a swamp nearby and got a bunch more Pokemons together.
Dude, how are you getting out so much? You're asleep. This is not even Vishy's Pokemon. Yeah, I'm still having troubles with it. Get in the Ultra Ball, bro. Yeah, I don't know about you, but mine respawns when I run away.
This was honestly pretty nice. I mean, it ain't different from what I've been doing, but it's definitely better when I was catching them alone. But on day 44, me and Josh went our separate ways. I don't really know where he traveled to, but I went straight for another village. This time, I was able to steal some books from the library. After that, I went back home using the Waystone.
I'm back.
In the last episode, me and Josh built a temporary arena for our rival battle, but we were looking to build a better one, so we started brainstorming some ideas.
Let's move the arena
Where?
somewhere where it's a lot more a more impressive view.
Heaven?
While we were brainstorming, Josh pointed out something I've never seen before.
Look up.
What the fuck is that?
A sky island on top of the arena. If I told you that I was confused for the whole hour, that wouldn't be an exaggeration. After getting over that confusion, I started decorating the outside part of my base. I added a bench to make the house feel relaxing, built some beautiful light source, and to finish it off, a sign to show that everyone that I own this land. Once I finished decorating, I randomly looked at the sky and noticed something.
Did the Sky Island just disappear?
Now that I've shown you, now we gotta actually build it.
What? What do you mean?
I just put that in there to show you and give you the idea, but now we gotta actually build it.
What?
All this time, Josh was just gaslighting me into believing him. I think I have trust issues now. As payback, I decided to prank him as well.
That Moltres is not a wild Pokemon. I can't get it. What? Huh? My Moltres is 46. What level is this? 40. It is yours.
That was funny and all, I still have trust issues. As day 46 rolled around, I noticed that some of my Pokemons were underleveled. Since there were so many trainers in spawn, I decided to start battling them one by one. Afterwards, I went ahead and started looking for an important Pokemon, Charmander. Now, before you start roasting me for being basic, at least give me a chance to explain myself. I'm not getting Charmander because it's my favorite Pokemon of all time. I'm getting Charmander because I need it to support and carry my team. You see, Charmander evolves into Charizard, and Charizard has two different Mega forms. Let's start with Charizard X. Charizard X has the ability Tough Claws, an ability that increases all damage dealt from using a physical move. It's a great ability for a hyper carry, but that's not the reason why I want to get a Charmander. The main reason is because of Charizard Y. Charizard Y has the ability Drowse, an ability that summons the Sunny Day. Sunny Day, if you didn't know, increases all fire-type moves by 50% and weakens all water-type moves by 50% as well. But that's not all. Since Charizard can summon Sunlight, that also means that Venusaur also gets some much-needed support. One of the moves that I want my Venusaur to have is called Solar Beam, a 120 base attack move. But the downside is that it needs one turn to charge. But with the help of Sunny Day, that charging delay will be gone. That means that Venusaur will be able to spam it whenever it wants. Is that a good enough reason? Good, because Charizard is my favorite Pokemon of all time. I started the hunt with a healthy mindset, be patient. So I waited and waited and waited and I caught a Chespin. At this point, I was already having doubts on whether or not Charmander actually spawned in this biome, so I decided to head back to craft a Pokénav. I wanted a Pokénav because it has the power to show you the Pokémon spawn location, also because I didn't trust myself. While gathering the materials for a Pokénav, I spotted something incredibly rare, Zapdos. Unlike the last time I caught a legendary, this time I had so many Ultra Balls in my inventory. I fought it, and immediately regretted my decision. Since I was using a legendary Pokemon, my chances of catching this Pokemon was already gone because using a legendary before the 8 gym badges is illegal. So I just ran away from it. I'm not that smart. While I didn't catch a legendary Pokemon, I was still able to craft a Pokénav. Yes! I went back to the mountain to check if a Charmander spawns there. Sadly, it does, and I was just incredibly unlucky. Since I didn't have any luck in finding a Charmander on the snowy mountains, I guess it was time to move to another biome, but I'd soon realize that this was a huge mistake. As I waited on top of the mountain, me and Vishy started up some conversations to stop me from getting bored.
I showed him the origin form of Pokken and the Alga to him, and he was like, whoa.
Oh, I hated the fucking Palkia one.
It's because it's on 4 legs.
Yeah. Didn't the Dialga one look like it fucking swallowed something and it didn't swallow properly?
The wait continued. I kept running around, hoping that a Charmander would spawn. A bit later, a starter spawned. But instead of a Charmander, it was a Torchic. This game is shit. Even though I was a tad bit annoyed, I still caught it since it was rare. I continued to wait for a Charmander, and 2 days later, I got a Sylveon! Yeah, there were no signs of any Charmander spawning whatsoever, but I was able to get an Umbreon. But still no Charmander. On day 63, I finally had enough and searched for a new spot to hunt Charmander in. I went to a bigger blooming biome. This way, I'll have more place to run around in. The spot may have changed, but the outcome remained the same. I continued to run around in search for a Charmander. It got so bad that Josh started helping me look for this stupid lizard.
You wanna play like that, huh? Okay, I'll show you something. I bet. I bet. I bet. I bet.
With the help of Josh's luck, we were finally able to find one.
Oh my gosh! What are they?
I spammed my Ultra Balls until it finally got caught.
It's
You're
level
getting it!
13 health.
You're getting it! You're getting it!
It took so long to get, but I finally got a Charmander.
Let's go!
Got it.
I gave Josh an Eevee egg for helping me out. That's all he wanted. I swear I didn't scam him. Day 66, I was hoping to start building a new arena for the upcoming rival battles. So I went over to Josh to see what he was up to.
Hey Josh,
Hi.
what's up?
This is up. This will be my tank, but I kinda messed up its stats a bit.
Honestly, I'm not really sure how you can mess up your Pokemon stats, but Josh probably just got his words confused again. Since Josh helped me out last time, I went ahead and helped him figure out his new Pokemon strength. But before we could start, I noticed that my Venusaur became smaller.
Okay. Why the f is it so small?
I know I said you're ugly, but come on, man. The next day, I went inside the cave to start looking for a Megastone. But before I could find one, a Dino found me first. Dino is a pseudo-legendary Pokemon, known to be the first evolution form of Hydreigon. Hydreigon. Screw it. Sa Zandora. It was a great encounter, since Zandora is known to be a good Pokemon for competitive battles. It used up some of my Pokeballs, but soon after, I was able to catch it.
Nice, got it.
I then continued the day by mining more gold. I kept exploring the cave until I was finally able to find the Megastone Geode. I went inside it and found the Megastone.
Oh, found some.
With my excitement, I mined it with my iron pickaxe. Yeah, I didn't get anything from that, but good thing there was another Megastone beside it. This time I mined it with a diamond pickaxe. I took it and was surprised to see that it was a Charizard Y Megastone.
It's a Charizard Y. Yeah, I found what I was looking for.
Finally, my goals were aligning. I then went back home the only way I knew how to.
Why? Princess? Oh.
Day 69, hehe. I went to Josh's place to borrow his stone cutter. But while I was going there, I noticed something in chat. A shiny Pokemon has spawned. It looked like Josh didn't see the notification, so I hurried to find it. Soon enough, I was able to find it.
Oh my gosh, I found it.
Oh, it's a shiny.
I caught it and finally got the achievement. It was originally for Josh, but I saw it first, so GG easy, bitch. I borrowed his stone cutter to finally get a Charizard Y Mega Stone.
Hey.
There was only one problem though. Charmander doesn't evolve to Charizard until it's level 36. And currently, our level cap is only until level 34. Even though I won't be able to use a Charizard for the next rival battle, I was still feeling alright because the next Pokemon that I was going to start searching for is a Flutter a Ghost and Fairy type Pokemon. Due to its special attack and speed stat, it gave me the idea to turn it into an amazing setup sweeper. But before I started hunting for that Pokemon, I first went back to my house to start breeding more Charmanders for future purposes. Day 70 began with Josh inviting me to his house.
Oh yeah, come here. I want to show you something.
I wasn't really sure on what he wanted to show me until...
Welcome to my weed
What?
cave.
Oh my gosh.
This definitely looks like something out of Breaking Bad. Then he showed me the fossil machine that he recently got. I right-click on it, thinking that nothing would happen. But then, I got a Mew DNA, an item used to create Mewtwo. We can't use legendaries yet, but honestly, having a Mewtwo would be such a flex. We finish up the day by vibing. Yes, you heard me. Vibing. As the new day rolled around, I knew that it was time for me to catch a Flutter. I went to an infested cave and officially started a new type of suffering. Honestly, it was a good decision that I hunted for a Charmander first, because if I didn't, I'm fairly certain that I would have left the server. While I was there, I battled some trainers, got some diamonds, and caught new Pokemons.
Nice.
Everything was going good, but something unexpected spawned.
Oh, they could be hiding. Where's the Diancie?
I immediately searched for it. I opened up the map and there it was. I quickly went to it, hoping that this time I could finally catch a new legendary Pokemon. I sent out Venusaur first to start weakening it. Venusaur used Leech Seed, but it countered by using Ancient Power, dealing a bunch of damage. Right now, Venusaur is probably my most important Pokemon in this fight, so to save it, I went for Sleep Powder. Luckily, it connected, and thanks to both Leech Seed and Leftovers, Venusaur was able to heal back up to half. I threw my first Ultra Ball. It shaked once, then twice, but it broke free after. I threw another one, but the same thing happened. I threw another one, but it escaped once again. It finally woke up and used Smackdown. Thankfully, Venusaur was able to tank it. It was getting dangerously low, so I decided to use another Ultra Ball. But once again, it broke free. Venusaur went for another Sleep Powder, but its HP went down even further due to Leech Seed. I threw another Ultra Ball. If this doesn't stay inside, then it might end up fainting. This has to work. It shook once, then twice, then 3 times, then it broke free. Sadly, I wasn't able to... Oh, it survived with 1 HP. I threw one last Ultra Ball.
3%. Let's go! Let's go!
I caught it! I was incredibly happy with the outcome, but it wasn't over just yet. Because a few seconds later, another legendary spawned. A Spectrier, a legendary Pokemon from Sword and Shield. I found it and started battling it. I used the same strategy, but this time, Spectrier got rid of Venusaur. I sent out my Shedinja. It wasn't using any dark type moves against Venusaur, so I thought it was safe. I kept lowering its HP. But then it used Shadow Ball to KO my Shedinja. I sent out Honedge so that I could use another Ultra Ball. It broke free and destroyed my Pokemon. Next up was Gyarados. Gyarados is incredibly bulky, so I knew that it would be fine. I threw another Ultra Ball. But it broke free again. Its HP went down to 1, but it was fine cause the Leech Seed was gone. With nothing damaging it, I knew that I'll be able to catch this Pokemon. I threw another Ultra Ball. But it broke free. It's fine. I'll just throw another. It got damaged by Leech Seed.
It had sap still?
It took a bit of time, but I was able to move on. I locked in and continued my hunt. I collected more Pokemons, explored more Geodes, and got some more diamonds. Life was going good, but there's still no Flutter mains. Then Vishy joined me in VC.
Okay.
Fuck you.
It was perfect timing, because I was honestly going insane talking to myself. And soon after, Cobblemon gave me another chance for redemption.
What's that?
Spectrier. Where? Oh my gosh. It's the one that I failed to capture earlier.
A Spectre spawned near me once again. I sent out my Venusaur to use another Leech Seed, but it quickly got rid of my Pokemons. Venusaur, dead. Jolteon, dead. Gyarados, also dead. I only had 4 more Pokemons left. I sent out my Fearow, and he was able to weaken it to 36% HP. I knew that Fearow would get one-shot as well, so I threw an Ultra Ball instead. After a few shakes, I was able to catch it. Finally, I'm free from that failure of a try. Then I continued to wait and wait and wait until 5 hours into the recording later.
There's supposed to be a legendary here.
Wait, oh! Let's go! Oh my god!
Did he throw his head?
5 hours of waiting. Finally, it was done. Vishy continued to hate on my achievements.
Dude, it's just a Flutter main, bro.
But I didn't care because I finally got a Flutter main for my team. I did a bit of a showcase for it, then went back home. But I noticed its level. I can't even use this bitch. To get rid of the burnout, I decided to start exploring. As I was venturing the world, I noticed something on my map. It looked kinda weird, so I started looking for it. I dug down till finally I found it. Apparently this is from one of the mods that we were using. It's supposed to spawn a legendary Pokemon, but I guess it bugged out because there was nothing there. But it was fine since I got some incredibly useful loot. After a short break, it was finally time to get the last Pokemon that I wanted, Mareanie. Mareanie is a water and poison type Pokemon, known to be the first evolution form of Toxapex. Right now, it may look like a normal poison type Pokemon, but what makes it different is... yeah, it's just a normal poison type Pokemon. The main reason on why I wanted to get a Toxapex is because it's incredibly good as a tank Pokemon. It gets annoying moves like Scald, Toxic Spikes, Sludge Bomb, Protect, Substitute, and you get the point. From all the Pokemons that I've hunted for today, this one will surely be the easiest one, but it only spawns at night. Ah shit. Here we go again. Honestly, I'm kinda tired, so I'll just give you a summary on what happened. I wasn't able to find anything for 4 days. All I did was catch more Pokemons and battle more trainers. And since it was looking rough, I decided to go to another biome. I chose Warm Ocean, since I've already been to one. I arrived and immediately started catching even more Pokemons.
Oh, I got it. Oh shit, I didn't even... okay, nice.
But after a while, the moon finally began to appear. It was time to catch a Mareanie once and for all.
Sure. Oh, it's fun! Let's go! Let's go! I got it!
I caught it and finally was able to head back home.
You wanna see why I called it a Ferrari?
T-O-U-N-G-E.
Alright, now let's talk about the elephant in the room. What about the arena? Well, don't worry about that, because it's done. This design was mostly Josh's idea. I just gave some recommendations. If you're wondering what Vishy did, well, he gave us healers and some blocks.
Man, where is that thing? I have to go mining now and I can't go out without it.
Is it in here? No. Here? Nope. What about here? Oh, there it is. Alright, time to go. Oh, I feel so tired right now. I'm gonna go to sleep after this. Where am I? Is that Vishy and Josh? What are you guys doing here?
Lee, can you tell this dumbass to stop what he's doing?
What's there to stop, huh? I'm not doing anything illegal.
Illegal? You're modifying your stats!
Is this true?
Yeah, it's true. I've been modifying them through in-game mechanics. In-game mechanics. Do you guys even know what that means? It means it's supposed to be used. Honestly, I would have expected you guys to start doing this already, but instead, a beginner beat you to it. So if you have any more complaints, don't complain to me. Complain to yourselves.
He's gone. You know what? I'm pretty sure he'll be back later. Come on, Vishy. Let's just go get another Rots.
No, I'm not just gonna stand here and lose to that pesky beginner, dude.
Wait, what? He's gone. This is not good. I gotta do something. Who are you? But I have to try. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. It was all just a dream. Thank goodness.
Good morning, Pookie.
Oh. What's up, Josh?
You ready for the rival battles today?
Oh yeah, it's today.
Better get ready then. We'll be starting soon.
Yeah. Hey, Josh.
Yeah?
Actually, never mind. Let's have a fair match, yeah?
Right. Fair.
Yo, did you say something?
Nah, I'll see you later, man.
Yeah. I'll see you later. It was finally time for the rival battle, but before that, I had to prepare my team. First up is Munchlax, the Discord mod. I added Munchlax as my tank. I gave it Body Slam as its main source of damage, Bite to counter ghost type Pokemons, Stockpile for setups, and Snatch, just in case the others have an OP stat raising move that I can steal. To finish it off, I gave it Leftovers. Up next is Venusaur, the frog. As my starter Pokemon, I didn't really have a choice but to keep it in my team. Thankfully, I was able to add it as my main support. I gave it Leech Seed so it can sustain itself, Sleep Powder to put enemies to sleep, Petal Blizzard as its main damaging move, and Takedown to damage the Pokemons that aren't weak against grass types. Lastly, for its item, Leftovers to heal alongside Leech Seed. And then, I added Shedinja, the cheese. I kept it in as my secret ace. Surely, my friends won't expect me to have Shedinja, right? I gave it Leech Seed for self-sustain, Metal Claw against Fairy types, Swords Dance for a chance to set up Sweep, and Dig for electric and fire type Pokemons. To finish it off, I gave it Grass Gem. I didn't have anything else. For the fourth slot, Lucario the dog. As my main physical attacker, I gave it a moveset that relies on setting up, Aura Spear as its main damaging move, Final Gambit just in case I wanted to quickly get rid of a Pokemon, Swords Dance to boost its attack, and finally, Metal Claw. I gave it Focus Band for more survivability. Next up, Gyarados, the snake. All its moves were for attacking. I gave it Crunch, Whirlpool, Ice Fang, and Waterfall. And finally, I gave it Mystic Water for more water type damage. And lastly, Gengar, the last option. They didn't have any other Pokemon that could Mega Evolve, and if I couldn't Mega Evolve, then I'd be in a big disadvantage. I gave it Hypnosis for sleep, Payback for damage, Hex to get rid of any Pokemon that has a status effect, and Perish Song to quickly knock out a Pokemon that I dislike. After setting up my team, it was finally time to begin the rival battle. Me and Vishy were up first. Vishy sent out his Mega Gardevoir, while I sent out my Gyarados. Gyarados lowered its attack stat, but it didn't matter because Gardevoir is a special attacker. Vishy attacked using Dazzling Gleam, but I countered using Waterfall. Waterfall dealt so much damage. The safe move here for Vishy is to switch out, but I thought he'd play it aggressively and keep attacking. I locked in Waterfall, but unfortunately Vishy switched to his Lilligant. Waterfall wasn't able to deal that much damage, so I switched to Shedinja. Vishy tried attacking Shedinja, but it was immune to it. Lilligant then used Sunny Day to support his team. Luckily, Shedinja was able to land a crit on Lilligant. It fainted from one attack. Vishy sent out his Gardevoir again. But why is it full HP? I paid it no mind and swapped to Munchlax. Munchlax was able to tank the attack from Gardevoir. Vishy continued attacking with Feint, and I made the mistake to stockpile. Now Munchlax was in trouble. Thankfully, he was able to survive with 14 HP. I used Body Slam, hoping that at least it could damage it, but instead, it dealt so much damage. And it paralyzed Gardevoir as well. RNGB giving me all these blessings right now. After he got damaged, Vishy revealed that his Pokemon isn't actually a Gardevoir, it was a Zorua. Vishy then swapped to Quackle. Well, I attacked with Body Slam once again, but on the next turn, Vishy knocked my Munchlax out with Aqua Cutter. It was a 5 against 5, but my lead was
It's
gigantic.
Gigantic.
I sent out Venusaur to threaten Quaxwell. I played it safe and used Leech Seed. But Vishy countered with an Air Slash. It took 20% of Venusaur's HP, but he quickly healed through Leftovers and Leech Seed. Venusaur used Sleep Powder, putting Quaxwell to sleep. And because of that, Vishy was forced to switch to his Misdreavious. He got damage from Petal Blizzard, putting it to 47% HP. Vishy attacked using Side Beam, but it was already too late. Venusaur knocked Misdreavious out with one more Petal Blizzard. He then sent out his Scrapinch, but Venusaur knocked it out. To salvage the situation, Vishy sent out his Gardevoir. He went first and used Mystical Fire.
Oh shit! Oh!
Wow. Oh my.
But with one more attack, Gardevoir also went down. He then sent out his Paralyzed Quaxwell. Wait, I thought he was asleep. Oh, that makes sense. And finally, he sent out his actual Quaxwell. Since he was sleeping, Venusaur was able to quickly knock it out, making me the winner for this battle.
God.
You, Josh.
Considering I didn't reveal my other Pokemons to Josh, it was quite a good performance from me. Next up, Vishy against Josh. Josh opened the battle with Clefable, while Vishy went for his Mega Gardevoir. Vishy used Dazzling Gleam, dealing a decent amount of damage, but Josh used Cosmic Power, a move that increases both defense and special defense of the user. Vishy played aggressive and went for another Dazzling Gleam, but this time, it wasn't able to deal that much damage. Josh continued to use Cosmic Power, further increasing his defense. At this point, Gardevoir will have a very hard time winning this matchup. Vishy knew that, so he switched to Lilligant. But that swap gave Josh a free turn to use Cosmic Power once more. Vishy used Leaf Storm, a 120 base damage move, but even with that base stat, Josh's Clefable was still able to tank it. But at least he was able to damage it. Alright, that's on me. Since Vishy couldn't damage it much with his strongest attack, he then instead went for a Sunny Day. Vishy tried using Leaf Storm again, but due to the special attack decrease, it was barely able to do 10% of Clefable's HP. Josh finally attacked back using Stored Power, dealing a massive amount of damage. Luckily, Lilligant was able to heal back up using Synthesis. Clefable kept attacking. While the battle continued, I was having some questions. How did Josh's Clefable tank so much damage in the beginning? Vishy's Gardevoir was on its Mega form. No, there's no way. Shut up! You don't even have anything to prove it.
This will be my tank. But I kinda messed up its stats a bit. Kinda messed up its stats a bit. Messed up its stats a bit. Messed up its stats a bit.
That doesn't even explain anything.
Welcome to my weed
What?
cave.
Oh my gosh.
Weed cave. There's nothing in there yet.
Damn.
All the colors.
Yeah, I noticed. Stop it. Oh. Shit. The fight kept going back and forth. Josh kept attacking, but Vishy kept healing. Then Vishy swapped to Quaxwell, allowing Josh to take it out in one turn. Vishy sent out Gardevoir once more, but he came to the realization that Gardevoir won't be able to win against Clefable. He tried to salvage the situation by switching to Trapinch. Unfortunately, it was one turn too late. Vishy was already down to 2 Pokemons, while Josh's Clefable still remained full HP. Vishy then sent out Misdreavious. With 1 stored power, Vishy's Pokemon went down to the yellow, but he was able to use Pain Split, a move that equalized the user and the opponent's HP. It was fine looking good for Vishy, but then he got knocked out. He sent out his Gardevoir, looking to finish Clefable, but Josh healed once again. The battle kept going back and forth, until Clefable was able to get rid of Gardevoir. Again, he sent out his Lilligant. It was looking grim for Vishy, but thanks to the switch, his special attack finally went back to normal. Vishy then attacked using Feint, but it barely did any damage. At this point, Josh will just one-shot Lilligant again. Josh used Stored Power, but Lilligant is immune to it. Something's not adding up. How did... Oh! Clefable kept going for Minimize, and Vishy attacked using U-turn, a move that allows the user to switch after attacking. As I suspected, it was a Zoroark disguise. Vishy went for a Leaf Storm, but because of Josh's Minimize, it missed. Lilligant kept on trying to attack, but none of it landed. Clefable finally attacked back using Stored Power, putting Lilligant to the red. Vishy then swapped to Zoroark. while Josh tried to use stored power, but Vishy was immune to it. He swapped to Rabbit, hoping that he'll be able to get rid of it once and for all, but Vishy used Night Slash, further lowering Rabbit's HP. Vishy, for the first time since this battle started, was on the driver's seat. Rabbit used Ember, dealing a few damage, but with that, Zoroark's disguise wore off. It used Night Slash again, knocking out Rabbit. Josh sent out his Clefable. The battle continued with Vishy trying his best to deal damage, while Josh took his time in setting up. But after a few turns, Vishy was finally able to beat Josh's Clefable. Victory was in his grasp, but then...
Round 2.
Josh continued to play with Vishy, while Vishy tried his best to win, but in the end, he wasn't even able to get close, making Josh the winner of this battle.
Okay. That was so shit. What the...
Before I knew it, it was my turn to battle Josh. I went to the stage and looked at him. If I want to return the server back to normal, then I have to win this. I sent out Lucario, while Josh went for Clefable. If I want to have any chances of winning this battle, I have to quickly get rid of this Clefable. Lucario used Sword Stance, a move that increased the user's attack. As expected, Clefable used Cosmic Power. I then began my attack. Lucario used Metal Claw, and immediately took out half of Clefable's HP. Josh used Cosmic Power again. And because of that, Lucario wasn't able to knock it out using another Metal Claw. Clefable was able to heal itself using Moonlight, and just like that, I was back to square one. I went for another Metal Claw, but Josh once again used Moonlight. I knew that if I use another Metal Claw, it won't be able to knock it out, so I used Sword Stance. Clefable continued to set up, while Lucario did the same. Until I made one fatal mistake. I went for another Swords Dance, even though Lucario already reached the limit. If there's any way of Lucario winning this matchup, it was now. Lucario started attacking me with Metal Claw, dealing half of Clefable's HP, but Josh countered with Stored Power, putting my Lucario to 32% HP. Clefable was able to heal a few of its health from leftovers, and because of that, Lucario wasn't able to knock it out, resulting it to fade. I was down one Pokemon, but I could still win this. I sent out Gengar. Even though Josh's Pokemon are incredibly strong, his Pokemon IQ isn't the greatest. Gengar went for Perish Song, a move that knocks out any Pokemon that is affected by it. While it may look overpowered, there's a very easy way of countering it, switching the Pokemon out. Josh didn't know that and kept his Clefable in the battle. A few turns later, he was able to knock out my Gengar. It was now a 4 vs 6, but I was alright with that because Clefable would soon faint as well. To make sure it doesn't deal any more damage to my team, I sent out Shedinja. I tried attacking it to see how much damage I could do, but it seemed like it needed a buff. So the next turn, I went for a Swords Dance. In the meantime, Josh's Clefable went down to Perish Song. I was still down 2 Pokemons, but it's better than nothing. Josh sent out his Rabbit trying to knock out my Shedinja, but before he could do anything, I swapped to my Gyarados. Josh knew his Rabbit will faint from one waterfall, so he swapped to his other Clefable. Luckily, Waterfall was able to connect, dealing a bunch of damage. Gyarados was able to attack first, while Clefable went for Cosmic Power. And because of that, Gyarados was able to get rid of Clefable.
Thank God you used that. I thought you were gonna Moonlight.
Beaten both Josh's EV-trained Pokemons. I knew I've already won this fight, but I'd soon realize that there's one more EV-trained Pokemon in Josh's team. It's Gengar. Waterfall may have connected, but it was still able to survive because of its extra stats. And since it's a Mega Gengar, both of its speed and special attack went up. It used Hypnosis, and it connected! Gyarados wasn't able to knock it out. As I thought it couldn't get any worse, Josh suddenly used Hex, putting my Gyarados to the red. I swapped to Munchlax to nullify the damage from Hex. I tried going for Bite, but Gengar once again went first and used Hypnosis. Munchlax went to sleep, giving Josh the opportunity to switch to his Raboot. Raboot immediately used Double Kick, putting my Munchlax to the yellow, but luckily, Munchlax woke up and used Body Slam. Unfortunately, it was a turn too late. Josh again used Double Kick, ending my Munchlax time in the battle. It was looking bad for me. 2 of my Pokemons are weak against fire types, and the only one that could beat Josh's team was asleep. I kept trying to fight, but alas, I was unsuccessful. Josh comfortably destroyed my team, making him the winner of this rival battle. Because of that battle, I wasn't able to focus anymore. It took me not 1, not 2, not 3, but 9 tries till I finally beat Lieutenant Surge.
Ninja helps again. Let's go. Fuck you.
And how would I do that? A team that could beat Arceus. Are you joking? How do you expect me to know what that team could even be? Why? Hey, it's me, Lee. Alright, so thanks for watching once again. Please keep in mind that everything that happened there, like every cinematics in the video, are just for entertainment purposes. We don't really care if Josh started EV training or whatever, but you know, it seemed like it was a fun thing for a story. So I did it, and that's also why I took so long to finish the video. Oh, hello. That's why I also took so long to finish the video. But yeah, please keep in mind that everything is for entertainment purposes only. We really don't mind. I can even ask Vishy about it. You know what? I'll ask right now. So Vishy, how did you feel when Josh started EV training his Pokemons?
Man, fuck that.